And some big breaking news now coming in with regards to the plight of Hindus residing in Bangladesh. We are learning that Hindu groups are now protesting outside UN headquarters in New York. These groups are demanding action against the atrocities on Hindu happening in Bangladesh. UN, in fact, has also went on to issue a statement and said that we stand against any racially based attack on Hindus and incitement in Bangladesh as well. We'll bring you more details with regards to the word coming in from the UN headquarters over this particular issue. But as you can see through the visuals, these are the Hindu groups which are protesting outside of the UN headquarters in the States. These groups are essentially demanding a stern action against all of the atrocities and violence happening in the country of Bangladesh, where unrest, of course, despite of having an interim government, continues on Hindus. Now, UN has also went on to issue a statement over this particular issue after looking at these protests happening by the Hindu groups outside of their headquarters, that they are standing against any sort of racially based attacks happening on Hindus residing in Bangladesh. CNN News 18's Akanksha Swaroop, in fact, is joining us on the phone line. Akanksha, very good morning to you. Please walk us through that statement that has come out of UN headquarters.
Right. In fact, a large number of people have gathered and staged a protest outside the UN headquarters in New York against the attack on Hindus in Bangladesh. And the fact of the matter is that the questions that are being raised by various minority groups, not just in Bangladesh, but even in India, is why is a body like the United Nations or even UNICEF, with regards to the number of children who have been hurt in the riots, UN, of course, because of the minorities that are getting attacked in Bangladesh, including majority of them being Hindus, the temples being vandalized, the UN. I here at CNN News 18 can vouch for that, because I wrote to the United Nations, and on email after 3 days of silence, they responded saying that they'll not be able to comment, only because one of the questions, which, by the way, they had asked for to be shared before the interviews conducted, they said that they'll not be able to speak about the minorities being attacked in the Bangladesh. So that kind of radio silence is rather shocking for the UN. Not to forget the fact that very active and vocal whenever it comes to the war in Gaza or whenever it comes to the war in Ukraine. So this is also being viewed as Western hypocrisy. Henceforth, that protest that has only taken place outside the United Nations is but understood.
But Akanksha, condemnation is not enough at this point of time, looking at the percentage of Hindus residing in Bangladesh and, of course, the plight of other minorities residing in Bangladesh at this point of time. We need a stern action in motion.
Absolutely. That is exactly the point that we are making, because it's not just about condemnation, but condemnation is always followed by a concrete action. And one must understand that only when they are condemning an act, they'll also be expected to come up with initiatives that protect the rights of minorities in Bangladesh. And we've seen how UN, in fact, is allocated funds, and they also do much for rights of the minority, something that is not being done by the United Nations as far as Bangladesh is concerned.
Right, Akanksha. Thank you so much for putting all of that into perspective for our viewers. We'll keep coming back to you for more developments on that story. Right now, let's listen in to what Sheikh Hasina, who is now the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh's son, Sajib Sheikh, has to say to CNN News 18.
My message to the government of India, first of all, is my personal gratitude to Prime Minister Modi for his government's quick action in saving my mother's life. That is, I am eternally grateful to. My second message is that India needs to take a leadership role in the world, not let other foreign powers dictate the situation, because this is India's neighborhood. This is India's eastern side. It is a proven track record that no one can deny that the Awami League government, Sheikh Hasina's government, kept peace in Bangladesh, kept economic growth, stopped insurgency, and kept the eastern side of our subcontinent stable. We are the only government that has proven we can do it. No